Hello and welcome to this short video, Bottled Water. My name is Andy Bowles and I'm a food lawyer. Now this is number 13 in a series of 100 videos that I'm recording on the topic of UK food law. Now you may be watching this as part of our online training service, and if that's the case you can download additional resources. You can also watch a webinar which is about an hour long on this topic for a bit more information. But if you're watching this on our YouTube channel now, then you're absolutely welcome. Okay, so types of bottled water. There are basically three types of water out there available in bottles: natural mineral water, spring water, and just bottled drinking water. Now there's a general labelling requirement across the board, depending irrespective of the type of water. You have two terms here: the trade description and the sales description. The trade description is the name that normally identifies the product. It's a brand name, like Volvic, for example, you can see in the picture behind me. Whereas the sales description is the type of the product. So it will be natural mineral water or spring water, for example. Okay, well, let's have a look at natural mineral water first. This is water which is microbiologically wholesome, originates from an underground water table and has been sort of extracted by a sort of borehole exit. Can be easily and clearly distinguished from ordinary drinking water because of the sort of characteristics of the water itself, and is also, inverted commas, recognised by a food authority. So what does recognised natural mineral water apply to? Well, it must be sold using a sales description, natural mineral water. It can't be sold as spring water or just bottled water because it is natural mineral water. There are permitted treatments for natural mineral water: filtration, physical elimination of carbon dioxide, fluoride removal, and ozone-enriched air oxidation. These are permitted treatments. You can, if you're producing natural mineral water, you can carbonate it. But this is something, if you put additional carbonation to your product to make it sparkling, then it must be labelled accordingly. Labelling of natural mineral water must not include any misleading trade description. It can't suggest that the water has a characteristic that it doesn't actually have, and there is, of course, a restriction on the prevention, treatment or cure of human illness. But there are some additional statements that can be put on natural mineral water. It may be diuretic, may be laxative, those sorts of terms, and they're listed in the regulations. So natural mineral water must use one of the following sales descriptions. It can be for sparkling natural mineral water, naturally carbonated natural mineral water, natural mineral water fortified with gas from the spring, or carbonated natural mineral water. For other mineral waters, it would just be natural mineral water. The label must include a statement of analytical composition. So it's basically it's in characteristic chemical profile should be listed on the label of the bottle. The name of the place where the spring is exploited and the name of the spring. It should be labelled fully decarbonated or partially decarbonated if that's what's happened to it. If you've gone through an ozone-enriched air oxidation technique, or if fluoride has been included or exceeds particular levels, then they must be stated on the label as well. So let's move on to spring water. So spring water will be extracted from a spring. Chemical and microbiological standards are set out in the regulations themselves. There are permitted treatments again: filtration, physical elimination of naturally present carbon dioxide, fluoride removal, ozone-enriched air oxidation again. So the labelling, again, we're using the terminology spring water if it's extracted from a spring, and it has to meet the standards set out in the regulations. So we've got microbiological standards and some chemical standards set out in the regulations. So that probably distinguishes it from the natural mineral water because the spring water has these standards. The label must include the place where the spring is exploited, the name of the spring, and where the water has undergone one of these or ozone-enriched air oxidation techniques, then the specific words must be included on the label. Water subjected to an authorised ozone-enriched air oxidation technique. The third category is bottled water. Now, bottled water will be just subject to normal food labelling regulation requirements. It's basically any water that doesn't fall within the two definitions that I've already referred to. So it's not natural mineral and it's not spring water, then it falls within bottled drinking water. Okay, so there we are. That's just a very brief review of the requirements for composition and labelling of bottled waters. That was just one out of 100 videos that I'm recording on UK food law topics. So if you want to subscribe to our online training service, you'll get a lot more information. But if not, then please just join me on my next video on our video channel. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.